so much time.
It's crazy good, isn't it? I had the pleasure of watching him go about his business for quite some time now in the IPL. Really, I'll do anything to make sure I can get to it, down to a training session and see how he goes about it. It is completely different to the way in which Virat Kohli goes about things.
Well, this is what the umpire saw, umpire Cam. I reckon you'll have tougher decisions to make as an umpire. Look at Mr. Burns in the background, brilliant. Not got his glasses on.
He's a little bit Captain Serious there too. Oh, Eskenazi pushing back for the second. That's very sharp running, and it's created the overthrows, and he'll get 6.
Well, I tell you, I reckon that's some pretty ordinary cricket from all concerned. Wasn't great running. There was serious amounts of ball watching going from the batsman. Just have a look at this. Imran Tahir with the throw. Ben Folkes, but actually nobody was backing up. De Villiers was well gone. All he was doing was just watching what was happening at the other end. See him there, just ball watching all the way. Half a chance. Ricky Clark get back to the stumps. You still could have got him out. Now there's some pretty average cricket all round that. That's a lot better. Very easy pace pitch, you'd say, seeing shots like that. Wasn't that short.
I think he's got confidence in this pitch too. You can see that ball, shortish delivery, but pulled it off the front foot. More than happy to get into that position. That means that typically he's going to be hitting forward of the wicket.
Well, long and short of that is that that over has gone for 14, 40 for 2.
It's going to be Tahir once again. It's going to swing around though.
Just edged away for 4, no slip in. South Africa to South Africa. This is a big battle. Tahir's been brought on for De Villiers. No real turn here, just opening the face, and he'll take the boundary.
Just a reminder too, Tahir did get De Villiers just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, what a shot. Up and over, wide mid-off, into out. Back-to-back boundaries for De Villiers.
The fact that he got him out in the last game, I don't think will be entering his mind whatsoever. Yes, that's nice. You almost feel blessed that he didn't get run out in the last over.
Flicked away. Will that go all the way? Not quite. There was that De Villiers shimmy to leg. and then got back into position. This is what they came to see, the Middlesex fans anyway.
Whoever's working on that Jubilee line, get it fixed now. Get the Middlesex fans here. Because AB is not only in town, he's out in the middle.
12 from 3. Just knocks it. De Villiers wants 2. Is Eskenazi quick enough? No.
And straight away, what AB de Villiers has done is said to Jane Dernbach, what are you going to do to here for the next over? So Dernbach thinking about bowling rotations as well as field placements.
Picked the wrong one. Just knocked it for 1. That's when you get boundaries early on in the over, you don't really need to panic. When you're batting with de Villiers, you don't need to panic.
See the back of the hand facing towards Eskenazi. That's the cue for him to know the ball pitch and move into him.
Everyone up on that offside. That's why he gives himself room. Does he get it past mid-off? No. End of the over, 54 for 2.
Well, it's the perfect start for Surrey because they got the in-form captain out in the very first over. That just fell short. Had to go up to the third umpire. Folks straight away said he wasn't 100% sure. Sterling was timing the ball very nicely, moving around the crease until it was his undoing. And then Mr. 360 comes to the crease.
End of the power play. Introduction of 41-year-old Gareth Batty.
Yeah, leading wicket taker for Surrey so far this season. Rob Key was right, there's just this real buzz around Lords at the moment.
Different styles out there. T20 cricket is not about technique, but Eskenazi stays high against the spinner. The best players are spin, get a little bit low and pick length. So just when you're watching Eskenazi, watch how high he is in his stance. He's quite a tall man anyway. Stays upright, comes down. Yeah, 2 dots. Now he's fretting. There's no boundary early in this over. One of the great players at the other end that he doesn't want to keep away from the strike. Pressure builds. No, run out chance. Gone. Absolutely gone. That was all from 2 dots. That was all from de Villiers at the other end. And Eskenazi succumbs to pressure.
Well, you called it, Nas. You could feel something just building here. Was it going to be a risky shot? No, it was a risky run. There was no way known Eskenazi was going to force AB de Villiers to run on through. He departs for 21 and Middlesex 56 for 3.
One of the biggest cheers of the evening. World Cup winning captain, Eoin Morgan. What a great moment for him. Goes down to de Villiers. And all of Lord's there applauded Morgan to the crease. 3.5 weeks ago, he was lifting the World Cup. Now his job is to get a score for Middlesex.
I thought it was compulsory stand and applause at Lord's.
Every time he goes out to bat.
Every time, exactly.
Anywhere in England. All stand to the great man. Brilliant from Batty, really good. 2 singles, a run out in the over, 56 for 3. There was no run there. Mid-wicket in the background there is fairly deep, but he hit it and he was off, and I think de Villiers realised he had been struggling. So Middlesex probably have lost 1 wicket too many in these first 7 overs. Strike rate's pretty good. They're 2 best players at the crease right now. Milan went cheaply, so these 2 got to build a partnership. Kumar's next to me.
Yeah, the game's well set for AB de Villiers to try and take this game deep. He's been showing us glimpses of why he's the best T20 player in the world.
Just dipped on him a fraction. Long on will come round. Maybe hunting a pair. He'll flick it to Dernbach. No, he does it himself. Tom Curran.
Yeah, full toss. Not very challenging for AB de Villiers, but left-hand, right-hand combination as well. Imran Tahir is such an important player. You know, Surrey bowling to a right-hander will always fancy their chances, but with Morgan in and in good form, they'll be thinking twice.
Meticulous with their field. Left-hander on strike now, trying to protect the shorter boundary to your right there, towards the tavern. So he's probably going to bowl pretty straight, slightly longer hit leg side. No width, good shot though, strokes it through the offside. Be a couple.
Just by looking at that shot, looks a good pitch. Not much moisture. Dernbach at the toss, so there could be a little bit of moisture there, but it's looked pretty good. Not as quick as probably the fast bowlers would like it, but definitely the batsmen have made it seem to be very, very easy paced.
Pulled away. They all like a short ball against Morgan nowadays when he first comes in. Sure, Curran's quick enough to trouble him.
The big boundary on that side as well, really long, big gaps to try and not just get your boundaries but also get 2s, and the more you get your singles and 2s in the strike rotation, the boundaries come. It's been brilliant watching AB de Villiers ever since he came, how he just played around with the field and the bowlers, especially in that power play.
Gets his Yorker in on that occasion. De Villiers just knocks it for 1.
We had a theory with AB when we used to play at international cricket, when he was walking all around to try and keep attacking the stumps and hope and pray that he misses one. He rarely did, but that was one way of trying to stay in control when he's trying to maneuver you and bowl into his areas, to try to just pick a spot and stick to it. The power play becomes really difficult. He's so good at just moving around and then quickly getting back into position just at the moment of delivery.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Gets it past mid-off. He looks in good touch, does Eoin Morgan. 11 from the over, 67 for 3.
That's really well played. Hit through the line, hit into the gap, and the outfield is fast enough to take it to the boundary. But just the last delivery of an over is such a crucial delivery. It's actually advantageous to even have a set play to tell the batsman what you're trying to do and just try and minimize damage.
Pretty even game here at Lord's. Two big rivals, Middlesex, Surrey, 67 for 3 after 8. Stuart Law, Middlesex coach, on the back right of the dugout. He'll want these two to go long and build a partnership. They will not score slowly, these two.
Gareth bat his ball well. He's got the long boundary, bowling to the right-hander. Owen Morgan might be looking at this shorter boundary. He's really good at sweeping and slog sweeping the spinners. It is a risk. There's quite a lot of overs still to bat. Sometimes in T20 cricket you get carried away and you think, well, you're always under time pressure. The overs are going quickly. But still 8.1 overs. Enough time to really get into this game with the partnership.
Two men there for the reverse sweep for Batty against Morgan. Gets it past extra cover again. Should be a couple. Just tucked him up. Batty will be watching de Villiers' feet very carefully, very quick on his feet. He has that little shimmy occasionally to seamers and spinners, and sometimes he brings itself back in. He uses it almost as its trigger movements, get him into the shot.
It's all about exploiting the field. He looks at the field and he thinks, okay, I need to be in this position against this bowler. And just like that, move around and get the bowler to bowl into the area that he wants. He moves to the leg side, you bowl on the stumps, he goes to the offside or he slog sweeps you. If you follow him with a short square leg up, he goes conventional sweep and goes over the fielder. Very smart. He doesn't do it all the time, but only when he really wants to and needs to.
Wide or no wide? Yep, given. Batty's having a word.
Very harsh. Very harsh. You can do a Joff Raj and try and riff for that.
Yorkie to Yorkie there. Peter Hartley's been round forever, so has Gareth Batty. Been very good here, Batty. He's bowled 11 deliveries, 4 dots, just 9 runs.
Interesting length that he's bowling as well. He's trying to stay away from a fuller length to both batsmen, especially the left-hander. Mindful of that shorter boundary on the leg side. Seems to be working. 51.2 miles per hour, quite slow through the air. The ball seems to be just sticking in. 75 for 3 up to 9.
What a great shot that is. One of the greatest cricket grounds in the world, probably the greatest. Resplendent in the sunshine. Storms are brewing, but at the moment, absolutely perfect conditions. 170 the par in the last couple of years here at Lord's. They're on track for something around about that.
I'm talking about storms. This just seems to be the calm before that comes and hits, especially with AB de Villiers. Seems to be just setting himself up for a charge here. Very circumspect, taking the singles on offer, not really going big in terms of risk. Morgan needs to contribute as well. It's so important when one batsman's quiet, the other one takes charge.
Real buzz, isn't there, around Lords? Different atmosphere you get here. You can hear it from the pod. Bit of chat going on. It's a bit of a social gathering. People who come from work love their cricket. It's a sellout. Usually is this game at the Oval and at Lords. A real feel about it. Good cricketers on show. Great cricketers on show.
And such a varied crowd as well. Different ages, young kids, boys and girls in to watch the cricket. It's brilliant.
Slower ball. He's always had a good slower ball. Sometimes he's overused it, Jade Dernbach. Gets a dip on it.
That's happened too. Many a ball around the world, Nas. Once you settle into a variation, sometimes you just replace your stock delivery with it. It becomes a problem for you. I've seen it with Muralidharan with his Dusra. He overbowled it at times. The googly with some bowlers, they lose the turn off their leg spinner when you settle into the googly too much. Jade Dernbach needs to balance it out. Bowl it at the right time. Sometimes difficult as a batsman, as when you have a short boundary, just can't stop thinking about it. Sometimes it just takes over your focus and you lose sight of the fact that there are other areas of the ground. Left-hand, right-hand combination makes it a little bit easier for Middlesex.
See that test pitch there covered in the green tarpaulin. That's the middle, that's right centre. So the fact that we are 3 strips to the right of that shows the short boundary. And that side for Morgan, over mid-off. Another slower ball, but it was a full toss and it was put away.
Yeah, one variation too many. It's a very poor ball. You don't want to bowl a rankful toss to any batsman. Easy pickings for Morgan. He chose the harder option actually to wait for it and go mid-off. It could have been very easy to try and drag it leg side towards a longer boundary. Very smart batting. You reckon the colour's the same under the tarpaulin? Dark green.
Seven from that over, 82 for 3. Halfway through, we said past score around about 170. Really depends how long these two occupy the crease.
From here onwards, 170 is a tough ask, isn't it? That past score, especially with the dimensions of the ground. Yes, you have a shorter side, but if the bowlers are smart, they can take you the longer way.
Gareth Batty, the pick of the bowlers so far, 2 overs for 10. Gets it past extra cover, long off, tries to get round. They'll have to have a look at that. Some fancy footwork. Pope in the deep. Owen Morgan said on interview to me earlier how to protect. These are the areas that are longer, the bigger hit. Feet, okay there. What about now when he does a bit of a dance? Well, I think he's okay. Third umpire says fine. 2 runs saved.
There we go, looking for the shorter side, trying to go through extra cover. There's actually quite a big gap between long on and deep mid-wicket. A nice little angle to try and chip over short mid-wicket. Boundary 2 or 3. It's a great option. So maybe De Villiers. He likes to do the tough things.
Oh, no. Feet stayed in. Morgan definitely thinking slog sweep.
Just brilliant from Gareth Batty again. Just the length that he bowls. He's changed his pace up really well. The ball's just been sticking in the pitch a little bit. That one kept a bit low, but that length again, it's not right up to that foot or the bat. It's doubly difficult to slog sweep.
Reverse comes, brilliant shot, brilliant hands.
Brilliant by Eoin Morgan, especially with that length that was being bowled. He's put away the slog sweep and he's taken over the option of the reverse sweep, and it's set up really nicely for him. Didn't really go too far down in terms of the trajectory of the ball and the bounce to meet it. That's beautiful execution.
That will be a wide.
Every time there's a boundary, the bowler goes under quite a bit of pressure.
100-year discussion that between Batty and Hartley. And it's missed by Folkes, and that'll go away. 4 byes.
Yeah, it's a very, very rare miss by Ben Folkes. Probably, or definitely, is the best wicketkeeper going around in England. He won't be happy with himself. He demands a lot of himself in terms of wicketkeeping. I'd like to forget that one.
Clip leg side. Very good over for Middlesex. 13 from it, 95 for 3.
Two big guns at the crease, 39 from 27, the partnership between these two. 8 and over will take them up to 167, and pass score here of about 172 since 2017. It's been the rough score here between these two teams over the last couple of years. It's been around that 160 to 170 mark.
Just looking at these two batsmen, they haven't looked frenetic at the crease, but they're both striking at 150 plus. And it's just been through really good batting. Making sure they get runs off the good balls. They run their 1s and 2s. They hit the occasional boundary. And the runs keep coming. This look very dangerous at the moment. If this partnership continues up to about the 17th, 18th overs, they're looking probably at that 184 to 190 mark.
Amy de Villiers has played some glorious shots already, just manipulating the field, working it to the offside, to the leg side, just having a quick look at that shorter boundary over to the leg. Well bowled.
Great running by Eoin Morgan as well. Was quick off the mark, called Amy de Villiers through as well. That's his stock slower delivery, back of the hand, seam up, sticking in the wicket. The Middlesex bowlers will be watching this display. The spinners, Souter, Sterling, of course, Helm, Toby Rowland-Jones. They'll be trying to understand what are the best deliveries to bowl on this particular pitch.
Good connection, and 4.
Yeah, well executed. Hit it well in front of square. 2 set for the short ball, a deep fine leg and deep square leg, but it's an easy pace pitch. Bowling round the wicket, even though the angles dictate that it'll go more towards the finer side. Opening up that front foot and hitting it well square. Almost expected it, didn't he?
Yeah, well, it's quite often now in the limited overs format that bowlers tend to go short to Morgan. Of course, you can only bowl 1 in the over in T20s. So you've got to be very careful as to when you use it. You don't want to be using it the first delivery of the over. Classy shot from one of the greats, and a 50 partnership up between these two.
Yeah, Mr. 360, and this is why we call him that. Just watching that ball swaying out of the way, and just making sure he has enough room to get bat on ball and flicks it over short. Third man, just beautiful batting. Look at those hands, those wrists, everything. Just brilliant batting, brilliant partnership. Middlesex well set.
Playing with the field, that man goes out. Long off comes up inside the ring. Sees him coming, decides to go a bit shorter. Good delivery, not able to get any sort of leverage underneath that one. AB de Villiers, protection on that leg side as well. 109 for 3.
For a lot of other batsmen, a stroke like this carries a huge amount of risk, but not to AB de Villiers. That's because he's so well in control. He practices these shots in the nets, prepares so well to come into a game. All the shots that we see him play, that for a mere mortal batsman will say is extremely risky, for AB de Villiers, that's just the way he plays. He's well in control, seeing the ball really well, and is really pushing hard to build a great partnership and a great platform here.
Imran Tahir back into the attack, then picked up a wicket in the very first over of this innings.
Really well bowled, and the power play was really hard. No, coming back for the second, well run. It's very difficult for Imran Tahir to keep the boundaries down to AB de Villiers in the power play, with just the 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. The particular length he bowled this ball when AB de Villiers moved leg side, AB would have probably put it over short square leg for a boundary here. The result is just 2 runs less.
A nice little battle between these two. Decides to follow him. Imran Tahir went so early, AB de Villiers, setting up outside that leg stump. Wants to give himself a bit of room to clear over extra cover.
This is the hallmark of great batting. You move to try and score a boundary, it's not there, they get off strike. The less dot balls you have in a batting innings. And there we go, the short boundary. That is Eoin Morgan's area. He's been looking for that slog sweep against Gareth Batty. They brought in the leg spin out, and off he goes. Hit well into the crowd. 6 runs.
First 6 of the innings as well. Slightly wider. He's able to get his range through the arc. Bit of hesitation in the middle. Needed to be a lot tighter to those stumps. Might have been close.
It's a strange choice of ends for Imran Tahir. The left-hander would be the bigger risk, but I think everyone's worried about AB de Villiers.
But where was the impact? That was the question. Pretty sure it was outside the line of the off stump.
They probably want Imran Tahir bowling from the opposite end. With the right-hander, they want to try and have him take on the shorter boundary across the turn, but end of the over, 13 overs gone, 118 for 3.
Middlesex on course for 174 if they go 8s and over. I think with these two in the middle, De Villiers and Morgan both set, they'll be looking at 180 plus for sure. Dernbach brings himself back on. Lots of slower balls that are being used on this surface. Maybe De Villiers, generally someone who reads it well, but he's just settled for working those ones for a single.
The singles are so important. You sometimes lose sight of that in T20 cricket, but if you have less than 40 dot balls in a batting innings, chances are that you win close to 80% of your games. The only way that differs is when the boundary count is extremely high and your side packed full of power hitters.
Again, just taking that pace right down for Dernbach. He's got his fielder up inside the circle at third man and fine leg. Pietersen now goes back out to third man because of a previous shot that AB de Villiers played, but he's just bringing himself back in again. He's found the gap on this occasion, AB de Villiers. 4 more.
Another best line to bowl with a short fine leg up. Another back of the hand slower ball. But AB, look at those wrists. They'll whip and flourish of the bat at the end. It's brilliant at reading length and line very, very quickly. He's got a shot for every ball.
Last game, of course, for him in these group stages. He wants to entertain, swing and a miss on that occasion.
He just maneuvers the bowler into bowling exactly where he wants him to. Moves around the crease, but he's in such a good position at the time of release. He's got a wide base, he's really still. He's never on the move when he's playing a shot. It's always just before. Then he sets himself. It's so important to have a strong base. The hallmark of AB de Villiers' batting.
Carved away. And a good bit of fielding, is it? It's got caught up in his legs. I thought at one stage it might have rolled back onto the boundary, but it doesn't. Will Jacks patrolling.
Checking the boundary. And the height of that delivery to AB de Villiers.
Well, is it above waist high?
No.
Easy decision. Well, Kumar. It has been given a no ball. Okay, confirmation. I'm just hearing that it wasn't a no ball. Jeff Evans just having a bit of fun with us. 128 for 3. It was good to hear from AB de Villiers before this game, talking about his honorary membership, Kumar.
AB de Villiers, honorary life member. It's a wonderful thing to have. Your little red book and your tie. You get your egg and bacon, but then you also have the option of buying a more subtle tie.
I've been fortunate to get mine as well. We'll all be hanging out in about 30 years' time with our Zimmer frames and our egg and bacon. Continuing from the nursery end, the shorter side on the leg side, he's looking to bowl wide of that off stump. Lots of googlies as well to Eoin Morgan. Able to fetch that one, and it's gone for 6. Well, he knows what the plan is. Just watches and waits, slightly flatter. Such good reach on the ball, Morgan. Excellent player of the sweep shot. It's right into his arc.
Nice shots.
He'll be fuming that he missed out on that one.
Well, the blast doesn't get much better than Morgan and de Villiers in full flow. Oh, Morgan, 42 from 25.
He hasn't got the reverse out to Tahir in this game. Yeah, that was, of course, how he was dismissed to Tahir in the return fixture at the Oval. Got some fun coming up at the halfway stage, Keezy.
Fun's not how I'd describe it.
Drop short, and Eoin Morgan capitalises, does he? Yes! It's gone all the way, 2 sixes in the over.
Real drag down from Tahir. Morgan was cheering this over the boundary. It went up a long way, not sure, it was right out of the middle of the bat, and that is a big part of the ground. Just enough. Oh. Who was that? Who went? Oh, what a shot that is. That is the best of them. That was time. That was beautiful from Morgan. Excellent over for Middlesex. 21 from it, 149 for 3. Morgan goes to 50.
Lots of good memories of this ground for the England captain. He's entertaining everyone this evening. 54 from 27 deliveries, his 34 50 in T20s. Well, Morgan beats AB de Villiers to it. But 27 deliveries. How long do we have to wait for AB? Ricky Clark back into the attack now for Surrey. Went for 14 from his first inside the power play. It's good bowling right at the base of the stumps.
So what's good, even AB de Villiers is happy when he sees Morgan playing the way that he is. Morgan's strike rate is 200. De Villiers is just happy to say, off you go. You're flying, I'll let you have it. This was Morgan's 50. Had a fair few boundaries in this innings. That, I'd say, is the best of all of them.
Pulled away. Just a single on this occasion. Wonder what they'll do in the interval between innings. Any idea, Rob, what they're going to do? What are those round things on the ground? What they call zorbs? you know anyone who's going to get in those in the interval?
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's going to get into one willingly.
Are you going in one of those round
Apparently,
things?
yeah, I've been told I've got to get in. Me and Mel, actually. Or Mel and I.
Mel and I. It's away. Doesn't quite carry. Good stop. Excellent stop. Save the boundary. Jordan Clark had to make a decision. Does he go for the catch? Does he stop the boundary? In the end, he had to stop the boundary. What do you do when you get in one of those Zorbs?
Well, they want me to run the length of the ground.
That's a bad start.
I know. I don't want to do that.
To run.
I don't want to do that. Not in a Zorb.
It's going to be windy this evening. You could end up back in Kent or something.
The original email I saw said that you and I were going to do it. So I thought if you would do it, I'd do it. Then I get here and find out you're not.
I get sick in things like that. Goes across his stumps. Mid-on, tries to get round, won't. 50 for Morgan, 50 for De Villiers now.
Get ready as well. This is going to be good to watch. Any more that he does from here. Shots like that, the movement across. De Villiers at his best. Just misses his Yorker, Ricky Clark. You see him do that so often though, De Villiers. Gets low, almost on his knee.
There's that shimmy. Again, that longer boundary. They're all right, just a couple. Just maybe feeling his finger there for the first time. 161 for 3.
This is what you see. How many times have we seen it? Whether it's on TV, whenever you see him play, whether it's in the IPL, South Africa, whoever he's playing for, when he's in full flow, this is what he does so well. Fast feet, the dummy across, then into line on the offside. Not quite out of the middle. You might see a few more of them.
He said, didn't he, in that wonderful masterclass he did, that it's become part of his shot. The effect of two world-class players, and they really are world-class players, De Villiers and Morgan. Middlesex were struggling when they came together, not anymore. Problem for Middlesex, problem for Surrey, is that one of these two is always hitting towards that short boundary. Now it's Morgan. The other end, it's De Villiers. Left-hand, right-hand combination.
It's exactly why, as well, he wanted Ben Stokes in the super over to go out and bat. One, because he was fresh, well, not fresh, because he'd been out there, but also because that left and right hand with Butler and Stokes.
Same with Neesham and Guptill. Get Neesham out there hitting towards the boundary, leg side. Just different lines that you have to bowl. Jordan Clark, come on and bowl your first delivery with De Villiers and Morgan on 50. Good luck.
Yeah, he's just been waiting to come on, hasn't he? Probably gets to the point where you're desperate for a bowl. Then you see these two doing what they're doing, and you're thinking, right, do you know what? Go to the ones who've already had a go.
Down the ground, mid-on will try and cut it off, does. You've stuffed me on Twitter, haven't you? You took a picture of me longingly looking into AB's eyes and said, caption this. I've had everything. I've had Putin, Mr. Burns, Advanced Hair Studios, Brisbane, nose jokes. I've had everything thrown at me. Thanks for that, Rob.
Yeah, keep them coming. I like the gifs of Mr. Burns and Smithers. Someone said, Smithers, release the hounds.
They need a wicket, otherwise it's going to be 200 here. 36, that's what these two will be targeting. 36 more, 3 overs and 3 balls.
You think, though, they're going to get a good score, obviously. But then you got Finch, that man we just saw in our screen. Finch to come and open the batting. Shame no Jason Roy, obviously, but there's some serious players out there today. That man can make short work of any score.
That's the first time he's had a bit of a hack. He'll still get 2 for it, but a bit of a tired hack from de Villiers. An eventful week for South African cricket. Their coach has gone, their fast bowler, premier fast bowler Dale Stein's gone, Hashim Amla's gone today, retired. Maybe de Villiers went a while ago. Over to here. It was a real handout wave in the air to let it by.
Yeah, he did. I mean, how many times you see that? Club cricket, whatever it is. Just stick a hand out, but you're not really going for it.
So here now goes back right in front of us at the pod.
Can you imagine in a group stage game in domestic cricket you'd play at Lord's in front of a crowd like this when you were starting out?
No, he hasn't got that. Doesn't sound good at all off the bat. Luckily, it didn't even get to cow corner. 3 overs to go, 171 for 3. No, there used to be big semi-finals. Once you got to semi-finals, I remember playing semi-finals. Used to go to Old Trafford when they were a gun, one day side Lancashire, and the crowd used to be like that. Maybe the odd Sunday League fixture. But you're right, domestically in a group stage game, this is brilliant. Three overs to go, 200 plus is on the minds of de Villiers and Morgan. De Villiers looks like he's just tired in the last 3 or 4 overs. Oh, that's what he wanted. Full toss, but he's clothed it. He's clothed it. Straight up in the air. He was blowing by the end, AB de Villiers. And even the low full toss couldn't be put away.
Well, when you're playing this shot, where do you want the ball? Pretty much here. Low full toss. He hits right in the toe of the bat. Just want to check the front foot from what we're hearing. More bad news for Surrey. Here we go, just have a check, looks fine. We'll roll it on. I'm just going to check for the waist-high full toss, that's fine as well.
He was 9/10 of the way off. 64 he made, 171 for 4. John Simpson comes in. He'll be at the non-strikers end. They cross, so Morgan will be on strike. Curran setting his own field. He wants mid-off up now and third man back. Jesse was going to bowl wide. He does. Good stop, backward point. Ricky Clark can't see it. Into the setting sun. He's looking. He did pretty well. That's why it was quite a decent catch in the deep. He's just calling for his shades. Who's going to give him some shades there? No, they're just going to swap. Someone with shades. Pope's going to go there. Always used to find it even harder with shades looking into the setting sun, to be honest.
What?
Well, even harder. It made it worse.
What?
I mean, obviously not sat on the
What?
beach. It's useful on the beach, but a backward point, tough. Nice timing. It's one thing about this surface. Shots like that tell you it's a good surface.
Simpson is a good timer of a cricket ball as well. Not the biggest fella by any stretch, but he can hit a long ball. That is why he comes in when he does.
Leading edge, and had the shades on, couldn't get to it.
Tell you what you needed at backward point, someone just a little bit taller.
With no shades on. Where was Ricky Clark? Moved to mid-off, the shorter Pope was there, couldn't get to it.
They're doing well, Surrey now, because it's not been easy at all. Just starting to claw it back. Problem is Morgan is in, set and ready to go. So over has been a good one from Curran.
Problem is scoreboard pressure, isn't it? Chasing. There was a game yesterday at Chelmsford. Somerset, Essex. Somerset got, what, 215. And you thought, oh, good pitch, Essex, you never know. Delport gets going, etc. Essex 100 all out. You know, once you get behind the rate in a big run chase, the wheels come off. So scoreboard pressure, then get up to 200, finish the innings well, Middlesex. And also Middlesex going well. And Surrey are fighting for their life down the bottom. They need to win. Follows him, good bowling. Decent over with a wicket, 7 runs, 178 for 4.
Jay Dernbach, the Surrey captain, won the toss and invited Middlesex to have a bat. It was all going well when Tahir bowled the first over and got rid of the very dangerous Milan. Sterling then went to Curran, but it has been De Villiers and Morgan who have put on a bit of a show here tonight so far. De Villiers departed that last over, but Eoin Morgan, with 2 overs to go, what can he do?
Do you like that, Rob? I know Roland Jones can bat and helm a bit, but they've gone with all their bowlers. I think there was a stat last year that your number 7 in T20 cricket only faces like 7 deliveries. So you might as well play all your best bowlers and not worry about getting runs down there.
I think that's generally been Middlesex's problem over the years. It's been their bowling attack. And I always believe T20 teams, the successful ones, are the best bowling team.
There's classic release shot from Morgan. Hoping we get a replay of that. It's something that Jason Roy didn't do in the Test match. Morgan is thinking of going across to the off, and I'm going to hit it towards the tavern for 6. You watch him go across, and then at the last second it's not there, and he opens up the offside. Called a release shot. Just have a plan B, basically. Some creature has just waved to Rob Keith as he walked past the pod. That's long on. Is it 6? It is. A yard too far.
Yeah, you set your base, and then if you get it in the slot, you can play accordingly. Moves early. He said when he played against Afghanistan, he did things then that he didn't know he could do, even at the stage of his career that he's at. Not far away.
Now cloth that, toe end. Simpson will try and get back for 2 to get Morgan back on strike. Good running, good cricket.
But to the successful sides as well, you look at this year, probably one of the best teams we've seen has been Sussex. And they have an unbelievable bowling attack. They don't actually have a lot of batting. There's some very good batsmen up the top, but their bowling is the best bar mark.
This time he does go leg side. This time it doesn't go all the way. It's taken.
Well, arguably that one sounded better than the one he hit for 6 not long ago. But he just dragged it a little bit more into the leg side, so he had a bit further to go. Just gave him just a bit more room. It's a short boundary on one side, but to where he hit that was one of the longer ones. Well, the World Cup winning captain departs for a well-made 70 off 37 balls. 188 for 5.
So much more